Hey everyone, SchickyStarcraft here, bringing you another commentary. This is going to be for SC2Casts.tv's show match slash King of the Hill that we're going to be doing for a few weeks here now. And what it's going to be a best of 7 series between 2 players, and then the winner will go on and play next week as well. And the winner does take home a few $100 as well. Actually, I believe it's $100 per week, so pretty damn good prize pool for just 4 wins if you can pull it off. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into Game 1 here. Game 1 this week, we are going to have MTW Dimaga spawning as the blue Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner here on the first map, which is going to be Xelnaga Caverns. And it will be a pretty much just the ladder map pool, and then it is loser picks next map. And once again, SC2Casts.tv, King of the Hill, number 1, Dimaga vs. Kiwikaki is going to be the yellow Protoss spawning at the top right-hand corner. And this is brought to you, of course, by starcraftworld.it, so check them out as well. Check out both of our sponsors. We greatly appreciate it. Yeah, PvZ here on Xelnaga Caverns should be fairly interesting. Kiwikaki, I have been very surprised with lately by his play. He's a very phenomenal player. He's probably really well known for his Blink Micro with his Stalkers. Just absolutely fantastic player with Blink Micro. Of course, if you guys haven't seen it, you probably will see it in one of these 3 games, as it is one of his best plays. And against Zerg, it can be a very good strategy to use. Against Zerglings, of course, you can blink as soon as they get a surround on you. You can blink away. And Roaches have a really tough time dealing with Blink Stalkers because of their short range. Hydras don't have really much of a problem, but of course Hydras are a much later unit than Stalkers, so it's really a tough unit to combat as a Zerg player. So right now we actually don't see anything from Dimaga yet. It looks like he's going for a 16 hatch, and then he's going to be scouting as well. So the hatch is going to try to go down. Kiwikaki was trying to block it off, but he didn't get the chance to. And it looks like that scouting drone was just going to be used for chasing off this probe if he was being persistent and trying to stop Dimaga from expanding. But lo and behold, here we do see a spawning pool going up now at 15 as well, and probably a gas right after that. That seems to be a common build, although I do see it 15 hatch, 14 pool, 13 gas, but looks like he did modify it just a little bit, although no gas. So he's not going to have metabolic boost really early, and that's not going to allow him to deal with any type of early harassment if anything does come. But if we look at Kiwikaki's base, we do see a 1-gate fast expand. And so that was Pylon Gateway Nexus. No other pylons. It looks like he's going to be could be a little bit supply locked, but no, this pylon should finish just in time for Kiwikaki to pump out a Zealot, and of course some more probes. And important to note, Dimaga is now getting that scouting information off. He is going to see this gateway, he is going to see the pylon, and he hasn't quite yet seen the gateway. Ah, there it is. So he's got no notion of the Nexus. His expansion is up. Now he knows he's free to drone up or even take a 3rd base if he does choose to do so. Although on this map it is a little bit tough to take a 3rd base. You can bring a drone all the way around to this side, but you've got to go a long way around. Of course, your gold is protected by some destructible rocks, and as we know, Zerglings just do not take those out anytime soon. But it looks like Kiwikaki's actually just putting up a forge and a cannon, and that's going to allow him to kind of create an arc here at his ramp. That's going to be Zergling tight if he puts another building in here to protect against this, or sorry, to protect the cannon. And a nice little transfer here of 8 probes, and it looks like both Nexuses are probably going to be chrono boosted as soon as he gets enough energy. Well, he does have the energy, not chrono boosting his expansion. I probably would, but he does know better than me, so I'm sure he's just doing fine. Not building up a lot of resources, now just putting down his cybernetics core and continually pumping out probes. Important to note as well, he only has 1 simulator up right now, so his gas income is not that high. On the other end of the board, in the blue pieces, of course, Dimaga is also only on 1 gas, so he's not going to be able to fund a lot of Banelings, Roaches, or Tier 2 units, or even Lair in that, for the matter of fact. He still does not have metabolic boost, and the income and harvester count is very similar. So this is a very good build actually from Kiwikaki. Ever since the Zealot nerf, 5 seconds extra, extra seconds for Zealots to be pushed out. A lot of players have been choosing to go for this fast expansion against Zerg on maps that do allow it, like Xelnaga Caverns, where you can take your natural, put up a cannon, and protect both areas really well with just this little arc of buildings. And it looks like he's going to be a little bit aggressive here with some Zealots. 3 Zealots are probably not going to do a whole lot of damage. We do see a Queen here thwacking away at these destructible rocks, but it's not going to do much damage. The 4 damage times 2 attack with 3 armor is really just 1 attack, 1 damage per attack, and that Queen does go down, guts splattered all over the place. But these Zerglings are, Zealots are going to get in here. They get in between the drones. The Zerglings are trying to fend them off, but there's not going to be enough. He needs to pull these drones off and do some damage from them as well, or else this Queen may go down. The drones now do get a surround, but they back away as those Zerglings come out of their eggs. A Queen here taking a breath to puke some larvae here onto this lair. Puking acid that eventually creates larvae. How fantastic is that? Don't you wish you had that as a special ability? Can you imagine superhero like Spider-Man just spewing acid all over a building and out comes stuff that you can build cool units with? I'm getting off topic. So Kiwikaki here on 2 bases, very well saturated from both bases, and it looks like his income rate, wow, he's ahead on harvesters now. Well, no, he just fell behind. But it really doesn't matter because we've got 7 gateways coming up here for Kiwikaki, and hey, look at that, we do see a Twilight Council. So that Twilight Council is probably going to be producing Blink. I don't see him producing Charge, just as it's, I guess it could be Charge, but it's more likely going to be Blink. And Dimaga here throwing down a 3rd hatchery in his main base and a 4th hatchery at his 3rd base. So that's kind of a weird way to say it, but hey, it still makes sense if you think about it. So we see a lot of Zerg players doing this lately, and it's a very good tactic, and we had some pause going on. We had some stream issues, I believe, but anyways, these games were streamed on the 28th, but the stream for a lot of players wasn't working. For some players it was, so I just decided to recast the games, all lag aside, no choppiness, nothing, just recast the games, and yeah, get these games to you. But anyways, Dimaga doing a very good job spreading creep. He is spreading it in all 3 directions. Now, important to note, even though he's only used 1 creep tumor right now, he does have overlords just spreading that creep. That is something that you really want to do as soon as you get into lair tech. You want to spread your overlords out as much as you can and utilize them for the extra benefit of creep. Now, when you're spawning creep tumors, there is a small time, if you're like right here, if there would have been an overlord here, he could have pushed that creep tumor out about 3 or 4 range further. So if you use your overlords properly, you can leapfrog your creep tumors a little bit further than normal if they were just by themselves. Now, also important to note, if you put 2 creep tumors side by side, the creep will actually spread faster, and by the time their cooldown is ready, the creep will be at max distance and you can spread both creep tumors. So 2 is pretty much the magic number for creep tumors in spreading it out as effectively as possible. And Blink is ready for Kiwikaki. We've got a large force here with sentries, a couple zealots, just 1 zealot, and a bunch of stalkers against a bunch of bird roaches. That is actually a lot of bird roaches. That is over 24, wow, 32 bird roaches, but Kiwikaki probably does see that. It looks like he got close to the area, and as you can see, these shadows, if your graphics is high enough, you can see when those roaches are moving when they're burrowed. But Kiwikaki is going to take out this natural expansion. The queen is going to go down, the hatchery dies, and Kiwikaki looks like he's just going to back up. If he can force field the ramp, he can retreat without an issue, but oh, Dimaga actually is going to burrow his roaches to get underneath those force fields. Good job by him, and looks like he is going to put some more pressure onto Kiwikaki. He knows now that Kiwi's on 2 base, probably taking his 3rd. I don't think he's seen, no, he has not seen the gold up, although it is finished and ready to be saturated. Some more stalkers being warped in, force fields going down. Actually, very nice job with the force fields. Even though the roaches can burrow underneath them, it makes them forces them to actually not be able to unburrow, because then they'll just be trapped and just running frantically. But very nice job here, and now the blink micro starts. So wow, lots of force fields. Very good job by him there, but once again, probably just watch how the shields will dissipate from the unit, and instantly he'll blink the unit back. Of course, sentries can't blink, but he's got more stalkers reinforcing, more roaches are coming in to reinforce, but he, once again, blink, blink, blink. Just an awesome job here by Kiwikaki, recycling his units so that his shields stay alive, and Dimaga's forced the GG, as he was left on 2 bases compared to Kiwi's 3, and one of which being a gold. That was just a little too much for him to handle, and Kiwikaki does take game 1. So stay tuned, guys. Game 2 coming up right away.